Adam here with the Walser Automotive Group, and what I want to do today is take you on a test drive. And next to me here is the Hyundai IONIQ 5. So we'll look at the interior, the exterior, and see if this might be the perfect EV vehicle for you. Okay, so now we're behind the wheel of the IONIQ 5, and this is the SEL all-wheel drive trim. So let's go for a little spin around. Now, one of the first things you notice is you don't have a standard shifter. Some cars have the dial or the larger shifter in here. They've moved it up here onto the stock, so it frees up a ton of space inside here. You get the cup holders, there's a bunch of USBs in here, which another thing that's pretty cool is there's wireless charging. So you can set your phone in there, it's gonna be all charged up and ready to go. So now, depending on which trim you're looking at on the IONIQ 5, there's gonna have wired or wireless Apple CarPlay. So I've got my phone paired up, and from there I've got my Spotify, Google Maps, all the good stuff is right here on this main screen, which makes it very easy when you're out on the road. Now, having spent some time behind the wheel of a few different EV vehicles, you get a lot of similarities and a lot of differences between a few of them. Now, this one, the way it's set up, this is going to be the dual motor. So that's going to give you 320 horsepower and a total range in this particular one with the all-wheel drive of 266 miles. And that's going to be a pretty awesome range. Hopefully it gets through your entire week that way, or if you're going on a road trip, you can always stop at a level 2 and charge up when you're on the go. Now, one of the best things about EV vehicles is just how quiet they are. I mean, you don't get any engine noise, barely any wind noise in here, just a little bit of road noise, but these Michelin tires mounted to these 19-inch wheels are some of my favorite in terms of road noise and grip that you're gonna get. It's just a great setup for this vehicle. Now, as we go onto the on-ramp here, put my foot down a little bit, and I'm just in normal mode. There's a sport mode you can go through, or just an eco mode if you want to save some of that EV juice. But normal mode, I mean, it's going to be more than quick enough, and whether you're merging into traffic like I am at 70 miles an hour, or if you're just on the highway or in the city bopping around, it's just a really pleasant driving experience. So now that I'm out on the road with our center infotainment display here, there's a lot of good information. So it actually tracks the cars that are around me. I can set my adaptive cruise control, which is also going to have lane departure warning. So I can set if I want to have a different distance ahead of me. So I'll click the adaptive cruise control. I can click kind of a further distance or even closer distances, and that's going to keep pace with the traffic ahead. A few other things as far as safety is concerned, you've got the blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, pedestrian warnings. I mean, there's so much safety built into these vehicles. You have to know that if you and your family are in the vehicle, you're going to be extremely safe when you're on the open road. Now, this kind of flat displays here, so you've got two large displays, which makes everything, like I said, paying attention on the road ahead of you very easy. Now, the one is just going to be your standard infotainment. Like any other car, you've got your Apple CarPlay, like I mentioned. This one does have the navigation built in. There's going to be your controls for your heated seats, your heated steering wheels, and as you work up the trim levels, there's also going to be cooled seats, which is a pretty awesome feature as well. Now, with the EV vehicle, obviously there can be some range anxiety built up, or if you don't know which charging station you can use, but plugging in at home, a few conversations I've had with people now that have switched over to EV, they said the level 1 charging has been more than enough to get through the week. Maybe go overnight on a weekend or during the week time, and I mean, I'm sitting at 87% right now, which gives me 229 miles of range. Maybe you have a 30-mile commute or more, obviously that's going to get you through the entire week and running your errands. There's a lot that can be done with the all-wheel drive and the long-range battery of this model. So if I select EV from my main infotainment screen here, it's going to give me with climate control on or off, or what EV charging stations, where they're located. It makes it very simple and easy to find those. So this SEL trim that we're driving today is kind of the upper middle part of where it falls with the IONIQ 5. But there's a lot to like here. The ride and drive is awesome. I mean, when I put my foot down, I'm already going 60 miles an hour, and this thing gets up and goes, and it's a ton of fun to just drive around. I found myself wanting to do more and more miles as I'm behind the wheel, because it's a great experience. And that's really what you're looking for out of a car, right? Something that's comfortable, it's got a lot of great technology. I think the looks are really great on the Hyundai IONIQ 5, and this digital teal color with kind of the black and silver wheels is definitely one that I kind of go towards and being maybe some of my top choice for color and style in the EV market. So overall, what do we think about the Hyundai IONIQ 5? The seats are comfortable, the ride and drive is excellent. I mean, it's quiet, it's comfortable, it's super fun. I mean, if you're not even kicking it into sport mode, you're gonna have a good time behind the wheel. And the efficiency is there, right? You're not going to the gas station every week, filling up, spending maybe $100 to fill up a larger or mid-size SUV, where this has a ton of usable space. The back seats give you a bunch of room. There's USBs back there. They're gonna be comfortable, and without the standard transmission tunnel, it frees up a lot of space for the front and for the back. Not to mention, this is also a hatchback, so you can kick open the back and you do get a lot of storage space that way, fold the seats down, and you can haul a bunch of stuff around. And one of the other cool things, this can also tow 2,300 pounds. So if you're towing maybe a small utility trailer, you want to clip the bikes into the back, you don't have to worry about throwing them up above. It makes it, again, very usable for day-to-day stuff. Okay, so now that we cruised around a little bit, what do I think? I'm a fan. I like the style. I think the cool boxiness, the pixel headlights and taillights in the front and back just gives this vehicle such a unique look. You always notice when you see one on the road because it is very futuristic and it's cool, it's fun, the technology is great. I mean, I think you absolutely gotta get out, take one for a spin, see what you think. Now that was just a quick look and test drive in the all-new Hyundai IONIQ 5. Now if you'd like more information or to schedule a test drive, you can visit us online or stop by either one of our Hyundai locations. We'd be happy to help you out. Thanks for watching.